So I'm in this very interesting phase of my life where I am in unknown places every day. And when I say every day, I quite mean it. So I'm traveling. Actually, I wouldn't say traveling. I am now globally living a dream that I have had since the beginning of my dreaming ability. And I always wanted to move on from my original city, which is Faridabad in Haryana. And I wanted to have my base in Delhi for a few years till the time I could set myself up, build myself up, and then just live anywhere I want. I did not know how any of this would pan out. And the question is, do we ever know how things pan out? And the answer is no, we don't. But still, we keep seeking for the answers. I remember I went to Chandigarh for an energetic healing sort of program, and I kept asking the facilitators that just tell me, how can I earn money? How can I travel the world? And I was stuck in that zone for a long time. And what kept me stuck over there was only and only thinking about me, myself, and I. I never thought about what value proposition do I have for someone else so that I get paid very well to then live that abundant, rich life, right? It is only very later that I started thinking that this is not fun. This is a very limiting sort of life where I'm only thinking about the sustenance. How can I maintain my cash flow to just pay the bills? And it's not uncommon. So many people in this world are living that way. Now, when I moved to Delhi, I didn't know what I was going to do with my life. I was still trying to launch my show and I was still struggling a lot with the whole money thing and what is my life's purpose. Why am I on this planet? I had a lot of shame and guilt at that time about the uselessness of my existence. And I am giggling because it just sounds so unkind, but we don't always realize how we treat ourselves, right? And I treat myself really badly, and I would justify that by saying that, of course, I am horrible because I am not doing so well in life. Look at people my age, they have everything sorted, right? And I'm struggling for the basic things. Especially when my friend paid for my electricity bill, that's when I thought, what am I doing in life? And I'm a chartered accountant, by the way. So answers come to those people who seek them and who are building the courage and guts to stay in an uncertain space where you don't have the answers. That's the most difficult part about seeking. It is not only the seeking part, but it's also staying in a dark room, wanting the light to be turned on. That period is, those who know, they know it's not easy. It's not for the faint-hearted. Even if you are faint-hearted, this is what this process is there to teach you. So don't undermine your bad period, please. It is one of the best investments that you could make with your time, energy, emotions, because this is the real teacher. And also, these learnings are sustainable. They're like character building. They're building you from inside out. It's so funny how I was coaching people for so long. I wouldn't even call it coaching. I used to get on these calls with people I may or may not know or I have never talked to. And I would just talk to them for 2 hours and they would just share their problem and we would just engage in it. And by the end of the call, they would feel so good and they were like, thank you, thank you. It's like, it feels really satisfying. But this is not what real business is. I never thought that I can actually make a business, a career in something that came so easy for me that I didn't even see it as my skill. It was only later I got a message on Instagram sharing a problem that the person had, and I was coaching her with it. There was that moment when I got a message on Instagram and that person needed some help with their life and career, meaning in life. And I was just sending her some messages, coaching her on text, guiding her. And then I realized, are we going anywhere with this? No. It's just a casual text exchange on Instagram. It's not adding anything in her life. Nothing is gonna change, right? She's gonna feel that, okay, someone heard me for sure, not denying that. It has its own value, but it's not gonna create a real change, right? Which she can look back at 10 years later. And that's when I asked her, hey, do you want to do this in a proper way? We get on a call, and what we're doing just now on the text, we actually do it in a very deep manner on a call, and we have a program where I am accountable to you and you're accountable to me, and we're doing it in a systematic manner. You know what your issues are, your limitations are. We're working on that. You know what your goals are. What is the next step for your life? You know what you really want in life. We work on that. It's not just a casual text exchange. It doesn't work. And I did not know at the time that it will lead to something more in my own life. But just showing up to the sessions, coaching her, was the most satisfying thing I had ever done in my life. But I'll say that even then, I felt that this can't be work, right? It just feels really easy. And that's why, even though I had it in my life, I just kept it as friends with benefits sort of relationship with this business. I would think that, oh yeah, this feels good, but I think I need to have something else in place which can actually generate like great revenue, and it's a macho sort of business. So I was liking it. I was still keeping it on the side, giving for it also. And when people say, how do I find my path? There is no formula. I didn't know at that time that I was in the process of finding my own calling. I didn't know. I thought I need to do more to find the clarity of what I truly want to do. And when I did it enough number of times with more people, I was like, this is good. I love this. And then I started exposing myself to different people who are in this industry. And they're making great money. They have incredible people as their clients, and they're creating massive results. And I was like, yes, this is what I want to do. And the reason why it came so easy to me was because I had spent 1 decade going to trainings, coachings, courses, programs all over India, out of India. And it just made my EQ really well because I was using all of that to upgrade myself, to heal myself on a root level. And that just gave me a very strong ability and muscle to do that for other people. So it was just repetitive training for years, and I could now use it for other people. And why not? It just, when you have something and you use it to help someone else, best feeling in the world. So I would ask you that what are you so good at that is valuable to someone else? Boom, that's it. That is business. Something that you love doing, and you don't even know how much time you spend doing that because you feel so good doing it. And it's of value to someone else. That's it. If you can play with this enough, have multiple iterations. You don't have to find your answer right away. You don't have to stick with the first thing that made you feel good, right? Just explore. What if you make combinations of different things that you're good at? And that is your unique USP. And so for many months, I felt that I'm not doing a real thing. And that is part of my conditioning, where being a CA, being born in a CA family, I just always felt that business is like, so much stress, and you're going to the office and spending hours full day, and I was not doing any of that. And then I realized that by working, I think one reason that I believe that this is not real work is because I was not slogging my ass every day. I was making money by working really less, because most of the work was getting on sessions, and I didn't even call it, and I didn't even count it as working hours. I did not. I literally did not. When I would give a session, I would not think that I worked today. So what gave me the confidence to just go full on in and not look back and not even listen to the concerns that my loved ones had for me, because they didn't know anything about this industry and they were worried that how many coaches do you know who make good money. I was like, I don't care. I know that I'm really good at it. And whenever you're good at something and that's something that the world needs, money is the easiest byproduct. You don't even have to think about it. Yes, there will be a period where you will take your own time to establish yourself, but then it's a very temporary phase. You're gonna be wealthy for sure. And the thing is that your people who are receiving value from you are also going to be wealthy because you're doing something that comes from your heart. So it was all those dark months, years that I spent with myself, with my emotions, with my thoughts, with the fear, with the craziness of the uncertain that has brought me to this point.